So how specifically is the rum going to benefit the economy or change the economy a little bit this year?
Well, the Rums of Puerto Rico program is very important for economic development in general. The way the program works is that there's a federal excise tax that is charged for the consumption of rum here in the United States, and the United States government, by law and for many years now, has given back to the jurisdictions that produce rum a substantial portion of that so that we can use it for economic development. And this past year, just to give you an example of the scope and context of what we're talking about, that cover-over program, as it's called, provided for $400 million for the economy of Puerto Rico. Now that's money that's used for education, it's money that's used for research and development, it's money that's used for different types of uses from the general fund. It's used for the conservation of land. So basically, it's an important component of the money that comes into the Treasury, and it's used appropriately. And of course, the reason that the Rums of Puerto Rico program exists is that the government gives back to the consumption and the increase in consumption in the U.S. of Puerto Rican rums, that in turn will result in more money coming down to Puerto Rico from that. So it's a symbiotic relationship where the brands benefit from the help that they get from the Rums of Puerto Rico program, but Rums of Puerto Rico and Puerto Rico in general benefits from the increased consumption of rum in the U.S. And we should say that 70% of all of the rum that's consumed in the United States is in fact Puerto Rican rum. So that tells you a little bit of how successful we've been in Puerto Rico through the Rums of Puerto Rico program, and also the brands as individuals in promoting and marketing what really is an incredibly wonderful product that people all around the world enjoy. But they have to know about the product in order to enjoy it, and I think that's worked very well.
Sure. So what's the long-term plan post-campaign? So this campaign is going to run 6 months, till June, you said, right? And so what is the long-term strategy?
Well, the long-term strategy in terms, it's because our fiscal year ends in June 30th, and that's the budget assigned for for the current year. So that doesn't mean we're not going to launch the campaign again for next year. It's just that we get in a different budget, and we need to see what markets are we targeting, or what media vehicles are appropriate for the brand. It doesn't mean it's going to die after that after that day. That's the whole purpose as well, because we do want to have kind of, I thought the creative, when you saw the video, just the balance it had with Puerto Rico as a destination and the brands, it was just executed beautifully. So it's a long-term campaign. So.
And that's what really speaks to me about the campaign, how the culture really shines through, and us being Latinos, that just how everybody's getting together for the greater good, that does really shine through when they're not thinking about who's got the biggest market, piece of the pie, that they're actually working together is very inspiring. So I'm glad to hear it's not going to end in June, and that's it, and now we're fighting for our little percentage again. That really did speak to me of the campaign and the video. So
yeah, and I think the creative just takes the message away. When you see these brands, you need to associate them with Puerto Rico, right? Exactly. And it's just the way that when you think of coffee, you probably think of Colombia. When you think of vodka, you think of Russia. So it's the same thing. I mean, when you think of rum, you need to think of Puerto Rico. So that's the whole.
And ideally, just to underscore what Nicole just said, the campaign's not ending, but it's not just that the campaign in particular and specific for Rums of Puerto Rico isn't ending. It's that we're going beyond just a Rums of Puerto Rico campaign with the Puerto Rico Does It Better. That's the country slogan, or logo, if you will. It's our branding, and that's going to be used across the board, as we're already using it for tourism, for industrial development corporation purposes, for the Rums of Puerto Rico program, and everything, because ultimately the idea is that you can tie those elements in those different areas of the economy that speak to people that you think are wonderful, that say quality, Puerto Rico is quality, and you want to be able to transfer those to the other areas in Puerto Rico, so that perhaps somebody that doesn't consume rum loves the hotels in Puerto Rico or the beaches. If somebody thinks that we have great manufacturing in the business sector, they may not know about our tourism, or they may not know about our rums, but when they see the branding, that which they know in their area is going to be transferable to other areas, and hopefully introduce many different areas of Puerto Rico to many groups that wouldn't know much other than just the area in which they focus. And that's the purpose of the overall strategy, the Puerto Rico Does It Better campaign, and I think that it's going to benefit Rums of Puerto Rico and all of Puerto Rico in all of its different aspects and facets of economic development. So it's a campaign that isn't really so much a campaign, it's just the new branding of Puerto Rico, and this is what we're going to use. It's already been integrated, and we're very comfortable and happy with it.
I love the swagger behind it, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very Puerto Rican.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just going to say, as a Puerto Rican myself, it makes me very, I have a lot of pride to think, everyone, not everyone knows that our rums at a minimum by law are aged at least a year. So I absolutely love the way that you're creating that relationship between Puerto Rican rum and tourism, because I do, like you said, want people to think of Puerto Rican rum and then also come discover Puerto Rico, come visit. I stayed at the new Sheraton by the Convention Center, which is beautiful,
It's wonderful.
and I'd want to come again. So I have actually a fun question. What is your favorite drink?
Wow. I want to say I like to, and I'm a beginner at this because I'm not a big drinker. But I have to say, once I tried the aged rums, the premium rums, which are aged more than 6 years, those are amazing. They're like a nice cognac or a nice after dinner drink.
Yeah,
They're
no.
really, really good. And any of our brands have amazing products.
I think obviously the drink of choice or liquor of choice would be rum, and I think that it's so versatile that you can do it and drink it with anything. And you can drink it alone, as Nicole just said. You can drink it with Coke. You can drink it, with any sort of a fruit cocktail. It's just something that flows very smoothly and nicely. So, any of these rums that we're putting under the Rums of Puerto Rico umbrella are rums that I would be very happy to consume, as I do. So.
Something you have to sign once you come in, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, can I one more question?
Go ahead.
So, I mean, I'm thrilled that we're here, and one of the things that I think is so cool is that you're integrating regular people, bloggers, so, online TV shows and stuff like that. So how integral to the campaign has been social media as far as reaching out to, to people and getting the message out?
Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the budget is being spent on this campaign. So we have 78% of the budget is going to outdoor media, as you saw in the presentation. We also have print, like traditional print, magazines, newspapers, with 12%. And then we have 10% of the budget going to digital. So we are focusing on a new institutional website, which I think it's an amazing website, different from last year's, which is more a campaign-driven website. This one is, you can find any type of information on our brands. You can find information about distillery, the process, any events we have, also some recipes for not only drinks, but also cooking, and the media can even go in there and get the latest press releases and the latest information. We also have Facebook, so that's being upgraded as well, Twitter, and we have a new app, an iPod.
A rum drink app?
Yeah, we're gonna have
That's
one.
so cool.
It's coming out, and it's amazing. It's really. I thought they did an excellent job, and it hasn't launched yet. It's it's still being worked, but I saw kind of the final product. And it's, for example, you guys are having a party, and you decide your feature drink is going to be a rum Cosmo. So you basically just plug in what drink you want, and it'll tell you the ingredients. You can put it in a shopping list. Go to the supermarket. It'll tell you exactly what you need. You can upload it to Facebook and invite everyone. So yeah, so
That's
we're
great.
integrating it a lot.
Is there a way that can match up with, this would be really good with pork or whatever your
Definitely. It's
Okay.
we are exploring that the culinaries and gastronomical opportunities, because, as the secretary mentioned, rum is very versatile, and not only you can drink it, but you can eat it too. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so
No,
much.
thank you
so
for
much.
coming.